It's time for things to get metal! Yeah, DC Metal is the new event brought to you by the Dark Universe. And today we're gonna give you the prelude, the casting, and the forge, brought to you by Scott Snyder. It's incredible, it's epic, and I can't wait to see what's going to come out of this. Welcome to the complete story series. This is where we bring your favorite trade paperbacks and single issues, and we break them down into cheap imitations of digital motion comics. Cool, huh? All alterations to the panel, text, and images are to protect our butts from copyright, because it's metal! Anyway, enjoy. There's a feeling that you get at the beginning of an adventure. You feel it in your veins, the channels. Your heart starts pounding, beating only for discovery. My name is Carter Hall, and this is my journal. I've lived many lives, and I will always remember that night as I saw the mighty ship crash landing, the beginning of the greatest mystery in mankind. It was written in metal. In the current day, the lava licks and jumps to the side of the research facility as something is leaping out of it. That's when we see a batsuit carrying Batman through the lava itself into the lab. The stunned doctor can't get any other words other than, Batman? Batman dives back into the lava carrying the scientist as his suit is calling out, "Temperatures too great, suit will not hold." And Batman yells out, "Compensate, damn it!" As it explodes, Aquaman is swimming through the oceans with dolphins. Batman throws the doctor to Aquaman, telling him to get him out of here. And then he turns back to go deeper to retrieve his data card. As the survivors are brought onto the surface to safety, Aquaman looks at Batman. This was a Black Ops Wayne Enterprises location. What were you hiding, Batman? What were you hiding from me? What were you researching? Meanwhile, over at Mogo, home of the Green Lanterns, the Guardians inform Green Lantern Hal Jordan that they're picking up something on Earth that he needs to look into. He looks at the globe and he knows that something is wrong. They're sending him to the Batcave. He arrives and he's kicked by Duke, the newest trainee of Batman. Of course, it doesn't take much for Hal Jordan to grab Duke and hold him still while he explains that he is here because Batman is hiding something. Duke isn't exactly happy that Hal is combing through the cave, but what do you do to stop a Green Lantern? What Hal finds is a holographic wall and a hidden door, which he promptly enters. Meanwhile, somewhere else in a place called the Campus, two individuals are looking at a screen with the mother of Duke Thomas on it. A man with longer hair explains that her name is Elaine Thomas, and he gave her an offer to join a battle that has stretched to the dawn of time, to live forever, but she denied him. The man in the hoodie asks the immortal man why he's going over memory lane. Immortal man that explains that Elaine was reactivated a few weeks ago. He was worried that she would reveal their secrets, but it seems that she is crazy from the Joker toxin injection. Immortal man is happy with these results because no one can know what he's doing until he saves the multiverse. Back in the Carter Hall journals, he explains that the ship was made of nth metal. It gave him and his wife Shira the ability to reincarnate, and their enemy Hathset the same ability. They were reborn hundreds of times, their powers resulting from this mystery metal. Carter always wondered if there was more to this metal and its origins. And as we pan on a giant statue of Batman, one with body strapped to its legs and giant robotic spotlights looking over a burning city, Carter pondered if the nth metal was linked to something darker, terrifying, a nightmare that echoes through the metal. Batman teleports into a lab where he finds Mr. Terrific. He asks him if he's told anyone on either Earth that he visits about them working together, and Mr. Terrific tells him no. If you're curious, Mr. Terrific is actually from Earth 2. He travels between the Prime Earth and Earth 2 to assist where he's needed. As he sits down with the data in front of him, he tells Batman that while he may be the smartest man in some universes, he can't make hide nor tails of this data. So Batman tells him, "I need to do something, and I'll need you to run scans on some molecules that I've extracted from a subject. The subject is too volatile to be on the loose, so he was locked away. It's time to let him out of the box." He opens the door and Mr. Terrific smiles. "You're damn right it is." And inside, an egg-shaped machine with a diamond on it appears. Back in the Batcave, Hal lights the way in the secret room, commenting that only Batman would have a secret cave in his secret cave. What is this place? And a voice, a cracking, nasty, demented voice, speaks up. "Oh, I can clear that up for you." Hal looks at Duke and Duke snaps, "I didn't say anything." So he asks the ring, "How many life signatures are here?" And the ring malfunctions. Hal looks at it. This doesn't make any sense. "Why would it? A mystery never makes sense at first." And Duke asks, "Mystery?" And the voice continues, Oh yes! Our friend with the pointy ears has been following it for years! Duke and Hal look around to see all of the relics on display in the world that contain mystery. The Court of the Owl's tooth, Dr. Fate's helmet, Aquaman's trident, Wonder Woman's bracers, and the voice continues. It all started with a tooth, a metal tooth that could bring back the dead. You see, the metal shouldn't be able to do that, and Batman had to know what it was and what was in it. So he extracted something from it, a strange substance that he had never seen before, and he couldn't explain. You can feel the power from it, right? That power consumed him. What was that strange metal? And what was its connection to the Court of the Owls? He formed a team, a Black Ops team, the Outsiders, to go out and find any information on this metal. Hal's been tinkering with his ring, and he tells Duke, we need to leave. I've been all over the galaxy and my ring has never done this. Oh, no, you can't do that! I've been dying for a chance to see you both face to face. We're all connected, you see. I was hoping someone would come meddling. It's been so lonely down here. Duke and Hal look on and they see a container holding green liquid. The next part is about Dinosaur. It has to do with the metal. It's in its liquid form. But he wasn't the only one who found it, was he? And Duke realizes what's going on. No. He simply says that while Hal is freaking out asking, who are you? Oh, you see, Batman started to put the pieces together like I did. Hal and Duke look in front of them to see a massive door and the voice continues. If you two are so very brave, just open the door. Back in Carter Hall's story, he explained that he studied the ninth metal for years, trying to unlock its secrets. But this was something far beyond his understanding, so he dug deeper and deeper until he was able to put together the mystery. It all began with the 3 tribes, or rather, 4 tribes. The hidden Bat tribe was something else, something bigger, something beyond his control, and he needed to know more. Over at the Fortress of Solitude, Batman arrived calling out Clark. You see, a long time ago, Batman locked something away in the Fortress of Solitude. Something that he didn't want to have access to. And he didn't want Superman questioning, so Superman agreed to lock it away. In order to open that lock, Batman brought along Mr. Miracle, one of the new gods, and someone with the ability to open up any lock. Once he opened up the door, Batman walked into the room, and in front of him was a giant golden tower spewing dark energy. And the rest of the chapter from Carter Hall continued. I wish I could go back to that moment and warn myself. I write this journal for anyone foolish enough to pick up my trail. Whatever you do not follow in my footsteps. And just like that, Batman pulls up his computer telling it to trace the dark energy. He can finally see where it's coming from. You see, some doors are meant to remain closed because behind them, you'll only find horror. As Hal Jordan and Duke both walk into the room that Batman locked away so carefully, they see a man in a black suit and green hair. This is a mystery that stretches to the dawn of time. It's bigger than all of us, and it sure as hell is bigger than you, Mr. Green Lantern. You don't understand. All of that was just a cruel joke. You're just a couple of pieces in Batman's puzzle, like me! Carter Hall's journal continues telling the tale of how he and Shira brought together the Immortals, individuals who were never meant to be together. And through lightning and the metal, the truth would be seen. Meanwhile, Batman moved to his next location, and with the help of Wonder Woman, she walks him into an area that he shouldn't be, to speak with the blacksmith of the gods. Diana tells him that the gods have fled the Earth. They believe a war is coming and they've left. So she hands him a Sunblade, a sword imbued with the power of the sun. But back in the Batcave, the Joker stands behind his electrical field, keeping him from Duke and Hal Jordan. Duke tells Hal that they should leave. This is Batman's thing, and the Joker asks him, "Oh, Dookie boy, are you upset that I poisoned your parents?" Duke reaches into the electrical field, and the Joker leaps back. As the field hits Duke, Hal reaches for him, and it shocks the both of them. I haven't had this much fun in ages! That's how it started, you know. A bit of fun. I cut my own face off and thought I'd kill his whole family. Get rid of the kids. Rekindle the romance. The old flame. But as it turns out, he likes the brats. So here I was, tumbling into the deepest corner of the Batcave, and splash! I have to admit, I thought I was a goner until I woke up in the dark, and this shimmering green metal was running all over me, stitching me back together. That's when I saw it, towering over me, a marking on the wall. Older than Gotham, older than civilization. The Bat behind the Bat. I needed to know more. There were people. They knew. The Owls knew. The lunatic crazy quilts knew. The Joker turns smirking and he comments to Duke, "That pesky force field is reacting kind of oddly to your body, isn't it, Duke?" Duke looks at him through the shock. "You did this. I don't know how you did it." And the Joker leaps at him. "Then you aren't listening!" He pushes Duke and Hal through the field and he falls onto them. "It's still in me! It's in you! All around us!" The lights all go out and the Joker smiles, that twisted, evil, demented smile. "Oh, I know how this story's going to end, because it all happened before!" Back in the journal, Carter's story continues. He spoke to the immortals and how they knew the tribes of men, but how they also knew of the arrival of a strange metal that had the ability to tear the reality of the universe. And it was a demon that rose out of that tear. It nearly conquered everyone. Carter and Shira didn't believe it, but they found the paintings. Countless of them in countless caves scattered around the world, each telling the same story. They spoke of the Hawk tribe, where Carter's story truly began, and they spoke of the betrayal and how the betrayer sided with the demon. The demon took the sigil of the great and terrible Bat, the plague bringer, the source of mankind. That version of Carter and Shira died fighting it back, and they shut the door between the dimensions. Birds and bats, forever at war. The immortals told us to destroy the metal, but Carter wasn't going to quit on a mystery. He needed to know more, and he chose to challenge it using the wizard's lightning dagger. As they opened the abyss, they knew the mistake as the eyes looked back at them, waiting for something or someone. Meanwhile, Batman continues his journey looking for the information and the tools that he needs, and he comes across Talia al Ghul. She hands him a dagger, one with the power of the lightning and the markings of Shazam! Back in the Batcave, the Joker runs into it, and Hal and Duke give chase, finding him with a crowbar trying to destroy a machine that Batman has there. Hal asks, "Where's the joke in all of this?" And the Joker, without his trademark grin, looks at him. "This isn't funny!" And he cracks Hal across the jaw with his crowbar, asking him, "Don't you understand? This is what your alien boss has sent you here to stop! If he uses this machine, it'll be the beginning of the end!" Duke grabs the Joker, pushing him down, and he begins to punch the Joker as he smiles. "Don't you see, Duke? Don't you understand why Batman recruited you? There's something different about you. There's something in your blood that made Batman take notice. Something that he couldn't understand or see. Something that is in both you and your mom. Something M-E-T-A. You're the signal, and I can't have that. So I'm gonna kill you now, Duke." Duke kicks the Joker and he throws himself backwards and he falls over the cliff. The Joker looks over the side of it to see where Duke went, and the signal goes dark. And now, to write the grand finale to this storied tale, so that I can go back to the good old days. Bats and clowns, not bats and birds. Hal calls out to the Joker in the bat plane with Duke on the wing. "Hey Joker, even without my ring, I'm a decorated member of the United States Air Force, and your story time is over." Back in the journal, Carter explains that he left the journal in the hands of someone loyal to the birds, and with that he walked to his own end, into the multiverse to stop this, hoping someone will read this and not follow. Back in the Batcave, the Joker is pinned, telling them, "Free me! I'm trying to be the good guy here!" Duke feels weird as he places his hand on his mask. "Something's getting closer, GL." And then a beam of light shoots out of him, knocking him off the plane. Hal jumps down for him, and as he saves him, he looks back to find the Joker gone. "Jordan!" Batman calls out as he walks in. "What the hell are you doing in my cave?" Of course, Hal and Duke want to know what's going on, so Batman explains. No use in hiding anything now. He looks at the machine, which is the machine that he used at the end of Batman's Missing Days, the super heavy storyline. He explains that it was his final invention, a device that would allow Batman to live on forever. But before he could finish it, he died at the hands of the Joker. If not for the metal, for the dynesium, he would be gone for good, and ultimately this machine brought him back to being Batman. But something happened. When he entered the machine, he saw versions of himself across the entire multiverse, dying. Nothing in the machine could have done that. It was the metal. A metal that he came across in every facet of his life. Duke looks at him. "Joker said you brought me in as an experiment." "The Joker lies, Duke. I brought you in here because I wanted to see what you were going to become." Batman then pulls out the Shazam knife. "This was supposed to be the end of all of this. I have the dimensional frequency of the dark energy locked, and with this dagger, I can see the truth of this mystery." Duke explains that the dagger is doing something to him. Batman tells him to focus his powers, and Hal gives Duke a loner Green Lantern ring. Using all of his vision powers and constructs, Duke reconstructs the very machine that Batman used to bring himself back to life. He sits in it with all of the artifacts here, and he sees into the darkness again, and as he collapses, Hal and Duke run over to see if he's okay. He tells them, "I don't understand. All I saw was darkness, but deep down, 3,000 miles beneath Gotham, something awakens. It calls out that he did it. He stared into the abyss. The seal is broken and the dark days are over. As the portal opens, we see inside something dark, evil, twisted. Something of the Bat Clan and demons. Something that should not exist. The Dark Knights are coming, and with them, the true father of Batman will arrive. Did you guys enjoy that? I sure as hell did. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next and if the mystery of the metal is going to be solved. Don't forget to check out another Batman video right here, more DC Rebirth right here, and I'm gonna headbang while you subscribe. See ya! Get in the heck.